Let's kick this explainer off with one of the most mind-bending quirks in modern tech. We're talking about artificial intelligence, sure, but not its processing speed or how fast it can code. We're diving into what happens when AI just completely makes things up. Because as we plug these tools into absolutely everything we do, understanding their blind spots is honestly just as critical as knowing what they're good at.
Now, you might be wondering, can a computer actually hallucinate? I mean, it sounds like a total paradox, right? Usually when we talk about hallucinations, we're thinking about the human mind, a complex biological brain seeing or hearing something that's not actually there. We tie it directly to human psychology. So how on earth does a literal box of wires, silicon, and code, something with zero consciousness, experience something so, well, human? It's a wild idea.
To figure out how a machine sees things that don't exist, let's quickly look at the anatomy of a hallucination.
Let's break down what this actually means in the super rigid mathematical world of computing. An AI hallucination is officially defined as a response generated by the AI that contains false or misleading information, but it's presented as absolute fact. And that's the real kicker here. The danger isn't just that the AI made a mistake, it's the delivery. It doesn't hedge with I think or maybe, it looks you dead in the virtual eye and presents a complete, total falsehood as an undeniable, verified fact.
Because hallucination is such a loaded term, the tech industry actually throws around a few other, honestly, pretty colorful terms for this: bullshitting, confabulation, and delusion. These all draw this loose analogy to human psychology. When a human confabulates, they're unknowingly inventing memories to fill in a gap. When an AI bullshits, it's doing the exact same thing, weaving a totally coherent story out of thin air just to fill in a blank, completely untethered from reality.
And that leads us to a pretty dangerous reality. AI is incredibly good at generating plausible-sounding random falsehoods. This is where it gets super tricky for us as everyday users. See, large language models, or LLMs like ChatGPT, they are absolute masters of syntax and grammar. Their whole job is essentially just predicting the next logical word in a sentence. So they can seamlessly bury totally fabricated lies inside perfectly readable text. A classic example? Fake citations. You might ask an AI for research, and it will generate a flawlessly formatted academic citation for a study that literally never happened, written by a scientist who do not exist. It sounds completely real, but it's 100% fake.
So, what are the high-stakes consequences of this? Honestly, an AI inventing a fake book title or a goofy quote might just seem like a funny chatbot glitch at first. But we're moving way past writing high school essays here. Think about the real-world deployment. We're talking chip design, where one single hallucinated line of logic could ruin a multi-million-dollar processor. Or supply chain logistics. Imagine a fabricated data point sending thousands of shipping containers to the wrong continent. And, perhaps most terrifyingly, medical diagnostics. If an AI hallucinates a patient's symptom or invents a fake medical precedent, the results could literally be catastrophic. So figuring out how to detect and stop these errors is absolutely crucial for safe deployment.
Which brings us to a really interesting naming debate happening right now.
With stakes this high, there's actually a massive pushback from within the tech world about how we even label this behavior. Many technical experts, especially software engineers and statisticians, they absolutely hate the word hallucination. Why? Because they argue it's unreasonably anthropomorphizing computers, basically treating a machine like a person. They argue that by using words like delusion, we're tricking ourselves into thinking this mathematical tool has a conscious mind. But a machine doesn't have a subconscious, you know? It doesn't dream. It just calculates probabilities poorly sometimes. They worry the current buzzwords give everyone a totally skewed view of what's actually happening under the hood.
So how do we fix this? Let's compare LLMs to symbolic AI. If this is just a calculation problem, is there a technical resolution? Well, it turns out not all AI is built the same. On one side, we have large language models, the tech powering most of our chatbots today. As we've seen, they are highly prone to hallucinating and spitting out plausible lies. But on the flip side, we have symbolic AI models. And the data shows symbolic AI generally does not produce hallucinations, like at all. Unlike LLMs that just guess the next word based on probability, symbolic AI is rule-based. It's factual. It's much more grounded. It's a totally different approach, and it might just be the exact safety net those high-stakes industries desperately need.
Which brings us to our final thought. Knowing all of this, knowing that the LLMs we interact with daily are fundamentally prone to confabulation, to presenting these plausible random falsehoods as undeniable facts, are we relying way too heavily on machines that are, by some definitions, built to just bullshit us? As you go about your week using these tools for work or research, really think deeply about the reliability of the AI you're talking to. Question the output, verify those citations, and just remember, just because a machine sounds confident doesn't mean it's actually telling you the truth. Thanks for diving into this explainer with us, and keep questioning everything.